is we're going to watch part of the Sideways Stories cartoon because you've now finished the book. And so next week we're going to do our lesson and activities about how it was the same, how it was different, which one you like better. Now, before we get started, does anyone have any questions about anything for today? Kiana?
I have a question about the escape room. Is it due this Friday or is it due next?
It is due this Sunday, but this is just a practice one, so it's not for a grade. It's just so you get used to it, because next Friday we're going to have a new one that will be for a grade.
Oh, okay.
And everyone, unmute your microphones now and say, thank you, Kiana.
Thank you, Kiana.
Kiana.
All right, now mute your microphones back. And Kiana, will you tell everyone why we are thanking you? Hopefully you know why.
No, I do
No
not.
idea. So Mr. Wimbley made a mistake when I did the math test. The very first question, I left off a number. And Kiana pointed that out to me. So everyone on your math test is getting an extra 1 point extra credit. So whatever score you got on the math test, you're going to add 1 point to that. And it's because of Kiana. You guys are smarter than 4 teachers that proofread it. So excellent job if you also found that out. Yes, Annalyn?
So on the Stranger Things escape room, me and my mom couldn't get past that one.
That's what we're going to go over today. I thought you were going to say it was so scary you had nightmares, but I'm glad that didn't happen. It wasn't scary enough. Should I make it scarier next time? No? Oh, okay. I didn't think it was that scary. All right. So our first thing we're going to do is I'm just going to walk you through the escape room so you have an idea on what is kind of going to look like for the rest of the year. So this is our, oops, those are the answers. Oh no, that was the Fluffy McFluffins one. Dun, dun. And if you're able to get past the first part, remember you did better than Miss Sibilia. So your very first part, there's always going to be a clue on how to get started. So in this one, your clue is right at the beginning. This part was in bold, and so it's telling you it's probably something important. So it was the same for this. It was the same if you did the cat one. So it says you're playing in as your characters. So you would look, and when you hover over the characters, the little monster and the dragon, it's going to turn into a little hand. So you can click on it, and it takes you to this part. And so there's going to be a problem that you solve. So if you got to this part, you would have realized, well, I need to add these two together. And when you added them together, you would have got 1,203. So you click next, it takes you to the next part. Now, it's giving you this part. It says your clue is. So if you didn't write that clue down, then you aren't going to be able to solve it. It's the same thing for Fluffy McFluffins, the mystery of the lost cat. It also gives you a clue here to where to go next. It says the light bulb flickers on and off. So I'm thinking, hey, maybe I should go to where the light bulb is. So I then click on the next one. And now it's telling me this. It's saying I need to put them in order from least to greatest. So if you added these up, your smallest one you would have gotten would have been K. Your next smallest would have been G, and then R. And then you would click next. And then it says, maybe it was just a bad dream. He's probably asleep in his bed right now. So that's your clue. You should probably click on the bed next. And your clue is G. So then over here, I click on the bed, and it's telling me to go to this puzzle. So when you click on the puzzle, there's going to be a good game. So you click start, and you have to organize them. If you organize them, you would have gotten, dun, dun, plus 7, 3, you would have gotten this. You could have finished the puzzle as well, but you would see this clue of 367 plus 42. So you would go back to your escape room and you need to put those answers in. Give me a thumbs up if you got that far. So this one, you would put your answer in. Your answer was 409. And you would go to the next part. So that's how, and then you write your clue down. So that's how it's progressing. So my next one, I would go to the school. I would solve this. My next one after the school was taking me to the castle. So I would click on where it says castle. And there's another puzzle, so I'd put the puzzle together. And when you put the puzzle together, you put that answer in. This was a tricky one next. So a lot of people got to the phone one, and then I had to help some people with it. The phone, whether you're doing Fluffy McFluffins or you're doing the Stranger Things, you're going to hear a voice. Some of you couldn't figure out what the voice says, which is good because it's an escape room, so you have to think. If you scroll down, it was telling you right here what was in that voice. So you would, again, solve it and then go back to your escape room. This one right here, you need to figure out what y is. So you do 365 plus 446 minus 302. Your last one was this, whether you're doing Fluffy McFluffins or Stranger Things. This was a hard one. So what it was asking you to do is you had to make a chart. Your chart was going to look something like this. It was telling you A is equal to 1, B is equal to 2. So you had to continue the chart and see what numbers you got. So you would have gotten these numbers. ON was 1514, and the next one was 35, and it said you needed to do the difference. So you would put those in. Then that was your last clue. So this was your almost completed task. So once you got all those clues, at the very beginning it says put the clues in the order that you found them. So you need to think, what was that first clue I got? And hopefully you're writing it down. If you had this mystery clue, TGSRNREA, you had it correct. So then you would click the next button, and it's telling you you need to unscramble it for your last part. If you unscrambled it, you would have got the word stranger, stranger, because a stranger had kidnapped you. And then once you type it in, this is where you would have ended up at. To be continued. So that whole thing right there is kind of how our escape rooms are going to be working. If you're stuck, there's always going to be some kind of clue to help you solve it. If you get stuck after the clue, then jump on to Zoom for help. Or you could put a flash drive up to the computer screen, I guess, Daniel. All right. Are there questions on the escape room before we go to the next part? Mr. Alex?
With the escape room, I think I'm too lazy to solve A, so I'm just gonna put stranger.
Oh, okay. You could do it this week because it was our practice. Next week it's your grade. Fernanda,
I know.
you have a question?
Yep. Wait, do we have to do the cat one and the dog and the stranger one? Or
No,
or
the cat one is the exact same questions as the stranger one. It's just some people didn't want to do Stranger Things, so I made a cat one also. But
so
they're
it's like the same thing?
it was literally the exact same questions. I just changed like the cat's name to, or Will's name to Simba, and said like he went to his cat bed, and there's like pictures of cats. But
So we're basically doing the one,
yes,
and even when we do the stranger, we're basically doing the cat one.
yes, it's just different.
You nailed me this time.
I know, it was my goal.
You bamboozled me.
That's a good word. Use it in your writing.
You microchip.
I don't know what that means, Daniel. All right. Any other questions on the escape room? All right. Then our next part,
Microchip.
oh, Daniel, don't make me put in our waiting room, okay? Remember, we're not interrupted unless you have a question or comment. What I need next is I need to know what next week escape room is going to be. So you guys, you have 30 seconds to type in the chat what you would like next week's escape room to be. 30 seconds. $20 seconds. I don't know what a uni is, Luz.
Unicorn.
Oh, well then why don't you type unicorn? What you doing?
Again, you're
Oh, I'm gonna
bamboozled.
drink that. Oh, there is. Well, bring it over here. Let the kids see what we did today. All right, you're at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I have an assistant here going to help us out. So the first thing is we're doing escape room next week. You have to tell me which one of these ideas is the best.
Hello.
So we have unicorns, Jurassic Park, unicorns, dog, SpongeBob, Digimon, turtles. Daniel, you're going in the waiting room? Turtles or dirt bikes? Which one should it be?
Dirt bikes.
Okay, next week it's going to be on dirt bikes. You can all thank Mr. Nate or not thank him.
Or you.
Now, your other thing is Mr. Nate right here. Mr. Hart, I'm sorry. I was calling him by his first name. Mr. Hart, if I'm ever absent, he's going to be your substitute. I'm not planning to be absent, but he will be your substitute. He's much better than me because he's going to tell you what we did today at lunchtime with 3rd grade.
So at 3rd grade, have you guys ever played with Mentos? Yeah? Oh, you did.
Oh yeah, it's nice.
Can you speak louder? I can't hear you.
So today with Miss Hankis, what we did was we dropped Mentos in Diet Coke and watched it like spill out everywhere.
Have you guys ever done that before?
Yeah, my brother just did it because he's in Miss Hankins' class.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We were the ones that completely failed with that, Luce. That was us dropping it in.
Yeah.
So we're going to do ours next week, and hopefully it's better than what 3rd grade did because it wasn't exciting at all. So this is your substitute if I'm ever gone, and he's much better than me, and he might even do better science experiments. So, Mr. Alex, do you have a question? No, he's not giving you money.
Come on.
I was saying, it's not a question, it's a tip. Like, why don't we put Mentos in the bottle? No, why don't we just shake the bottle and then just throw it on the ground from the cap and so it can explode?
That's because Miss Hankis was a scaredy cat. She wasn't
Yes.
brave enough to. But we will, because
Yeah.
we're men.
Brave man.
All right. What we're going to do now, guys, is since we finished our Wayside story, we're going to watch the next part of a clip. And while we're watching it,
What clip?
next part of our Wayside story cartoon. So
the boxes and stuff, and we're
while we're watching it, you may want to take notes because it's going to be part of our assignment next week. I want you guys to think, how is it similar to the book?
Not the shaking.
And how is it different from the book? We're not going to watch the whole thing because they're about 30 minutes long, but we are going to watch the first part of it. All right. Are you guys ready? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready. All right. They're a pretty smart class, Mr. Hart.
Wayside, wayside, fly by the wayside, wayside, wayside.
painting looks good enough to eat. Say, so does this.
2 apples missing? Check. 13 grapes gone? Check. And 1 banana? Check.
Oh, this is just delicious. So sweet and juicy.
Like my love for Todd.
Oh.
Not love.
Nice and crunchy, but I could do without the seeds.
Those aren't seeds, Mrs. Jules. Those are my eyes. Aren't they honest and trustworthy? Perhaps even presidential.
They kind of look like seeds.
Really? Maybe we just need some more light in this classroom. Now, how can we get more light in here?
Just turn on the light switch.
The what?
The light switch.
The who-witch?
Still doesn't get it. Myron wants to be class president, but the class president's only duty is to turn the lights on and off.
Ah! Light thing indoors! Make it stop!
Oh, maybe we just better clean up instead.
That sounds like a perfect job for the class president.
Hey, Myron, please be careful with that paint. Louis just installed new grass in the hallway.
I didn't do it.
You didn't? Then who did?
If I take the fall for this, they'll never make me class president. But who can I blame? Who?
Myron, I'm waiting.
It was, I cannot tell a lie. It was my twin brother, Normie. I'll go get him for you. I need a costume and fast. Aha!
Mrs. Jules, it is I, Normie.
Normie?
Yes, my brother Myron convinced me to confess to my misdeed. Now, please, punish me and let my noble and virtuous brother Myron prosper like the great leader he is.
Normie, you're like a breath of fresh air.
He's a what?
You simply have to meet the rest of the class.
But what about Myron?
Oh, don't worry about him. Class, I'd like you to meet Myron's twin brother, Normie.
Hello. I'm sure you're all worried about my brother. I'll go find him.
Myron never mentioned a twin brother before.
That's because we're, hey, one of your skates is untied.
Why, thank you.
Safety first. That's Myron's motto.
You don't look anything like Myron.
Oh, Mom always says that Myron got the brains and the looks.
Really? I think you're kind of sweet. And cute. Myron.
Oh, no. I'm not Myron. I'm Normie. Here, let me help you back to sleep. Rockabye on the school top, asleep on the desk, her head will now pop.
Oh, how sweet. He helps Cherie fall back asleep. Now she can do her best learning.
Normie, you're great. Sit beside me.
No, sit beside me. No, sit beside me.
Normie, sit here.
Oh, sit next to me, Normie.
Sit beside me.
Why don't I just sit at Myron's desk? I know my brother won't mind.
Normie, you've got to be kidding me. Myron, what are you doing?
Huh?
Oh, Myron was just trying to stay out of trouble.
Myron's going to get in more trouble when Mrs. Jules finds out. I mean, you are, not him. Because he's you. You're Myron.
But look how popular Normie is. I always wanted to be as popular as him, even if it is just for a little while.
How long is a little while?
How about till graduation? Okay, fine. How about I stay Normie until after lunch? Then I'll change back. Promise.
That was the best lunch ever!
Yes, and now it's over, Normie. It's 1 p.m. Remember your promise?
I've never welched on a promise. Never.
Did you see that? I don't believe it.
Normie, your twin brother Myron has been trying to do that for years. In fact, he couldn't even say the name of that thing.
Normie, you should be our new class president. Normie for press!
Normie, I mean, Myron. I know that look. I've seen it before.
President? Yes, that would be nice.
Normie!
Oh, you're all so kind, and I really don't want to disappoint anyone, so I'll do it.
What a wonderful idea. We'll make him class president right now. Unless anyone wants to run against Normie.
Mrs. Jules, I'd like to nominate someone for class president.
Who?
Myron.
What are you doing? I am this close to becoming class president.
Yeah, but you're lying to everyone. You're lying to me, and you're lying to yourself.
That's a bad thing?
Sorry, but you promised to bring Myron back. I'm just helping you out.
No, Normie says Myron's not interested.
Oh, really? Well, there's one thing I know Myron can never resist, and that's a class election. So let the debate begin.
Debate? But how do I debate myself? I mean, Myron, what are we doing?
I don't know, but you could always just tell everyone the truth.
Okay, quiet down, class. Quiet down. Normie, would you like to begin the debate with an opening statement?
Yes, I would. May the best man win.
And now, his opponent, Myron.
All I have to say is, the best man is me.
Hooray!
Now, first question, Myron. What is the class president's most important duty?
An excellent question. Everyone knows it's the class president's responsibility to to ensure that, guarantee the... Oh! The class president keeps the ceiling from falling down.
Normie, same question. Normie? Normie!
Oh!
Thank you, Mrs. Jules. What are the duties of the class president? For me, I just love to help my classmates. Like this.
Normie, why don't you show us the only real...
Muted.
So finish that one up next week for an extra 5 raffle tickets because it's almost our raffle time. Does anyone know why I picked that specific Wayside story episode? Why did I pick that one? They have 24 episodes, I think. Why did we pick that one? Amy, will you give it a try?
Because we're gonna do class president?
That's a good guess, but no, we're not doing class president because it's really hard, especially with Zoom distance learning. I don't know what the class president would do, but that's a good guess. I'll get you your raffle ticket, but you don't get all of them. Our next volunteer, Luce, what do you think? Did you freeze on us again? All right, we'll see if you unfreeze yourself magically somehow. Kiana, will you share?
I think we watched that video because it talks about class president and what's important.
Okay.
And it has election.
Why is that important to what we're doing right now in class? Do you have an idea why that's important? Because we're not doing class presidents or anything. All right, I'll get you a raffle ticket too. Will you pick our last volunteer? And then I'll share why we picked that one.
Alex.
I think we watched the video, so to never be someone that you're not.
All right, that's also a good guess, but it is the wrong guess. So I'll get you an extra raffle ticket. The reason why I watched that is that involves politics. So if you remember, we talked about local, federal, state politics. That's how they're all elected. They go up and they speak, and people vote for them. So it showed part of our government, part of our politics that we're learning about in our benchmark book. All right, remember next week on Monday, we're going to finish watching that, and we're going to be working on comparing and contrasting, thinking how it was the same with the book, how it was different from the book. Are there any questions before we do our raffle about anything for the week? Xander?
I forgot.
All right. Any others before our raffle? All right, then we will do our raffle. So unmute your microphone and give me that drum roll.
Ba-boom.
All right. Here it is. Hopefully I can read it.
Cesar.
All right. Cesar, you're going to stay on afterwards to let me know where you would like me to go to, okay?
Okay.
All right. Remember, if you didn't finish your assignments, get them done by Sunday because that's when they're graded and put in our grade book. Our next week's theme for Thursday is Color Day. So what Color Day is you are going to dress up all in one color. So if you're wearing a pink shirt, then you need to somehow find pink pants. So if you're wearing blue jeans, then a blue shirt. And if you can get matching headgear or matching gloves if it's cold, or a scarf, whatever you can find to match the color you pick. That is next Thursday. All right.